Mary had a little man.
We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Believe me.
Help is on the way.
Knock, knock. Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
This election day, voters are already heading to the polls in key states where the battle over abortion could play a major role in deciding races with national implications for 2024.
Are you ready to win this election?
Yes!
In Kentucky, Democratic Governor Andy Beshear is facing a re-election challenge from Republican Attorney General Daniel Cameron.
I think we need new leadership in this state.
Beshear has vetoed a 15-week abortion ban and called the state law extremist because it doesn't allow exceptions for rape and incest. Cameron supports the law, adding he'll amend it to include those exceptions.
Oh, thanks.
In Ohio, voters will decide whether to enshrine abortion rights in the state constitution. And in Virginia, control of the state legislature is up for grabs. If Republicans win both chambers, it could allow GOP Governor Glenn Youngkin to implement a 15-week abortion ban, worrying many Democratic voters.
There's a lot of fear we could turn into a state that is not safe to be pregnant in.
Yes, that's what Florida is. Welcome, everybody, to Giant Florida. Yeah, because that's what's on the ballot all over this country. You know, usually in off years, you have off-brand issues, but this particular off year is, very on brand. It's the branding is, well, they'd like to brand women, and they'd like to brand them. I mean, brand them. The agenda of the GOP, the agenda of the right-wing radicals in this country is so misogynistic that you can almost smell the misogyny in the morning. Smells like victory. You know what I'm saying? I don't even understand, like, who is going to stock the states with brand new babies? Who's going to do it? You? No. So why are you attacking the breeders? It makes no sense. Stop attacking the breeders. I'm having to talk their language so that they will, wake up and see the errant ways that they have adopted, how it will produce nothing good for them. In fact, it will produce nothing. This is amazing. So we have elections all over this country today, right? Kentucky is a governor's race, believe it or not. Andy Beshear is the current governor. He is a Democrat in a very red state known as Kentucky. What Andy Beshear has done and is very popular in the red state of Kentucky is Andy Beshear has expanded Medicaid under Obamacare, which he was entitled to do. Every state was entitled to do it under the ACA. And Andy Beshear has done that and has insured hundreds of thousands of poor Kentuckians who now have health insurance, and that is very popular in Kentucky. The other thing is Andy Beshear wants to keep, abortion, a thing. Healthcare. Virginia, you're voting. You have all 140 of your legislative seats are on the ballot today. That's the entirety of the Assembly, the House, and the Virginia Senate, okay? What you want to do in Virginia is you want to flip the House and give it to the Democrats and keep the Senate, which the Democrats already have, or else you're going to give crazy Glenn Youngkin the trifecta of Republican rule, and you can just kiss every decent thing about Virginia goodbye. And, suburban wives know it. Suburban women know it. Ex-urban women know it. So we're watching that. And then Ohio, you have it straight on the ballot. You have issue 1. Now, you remember when issue 1 had to have a vote ahead of today in order to even get it on the ballot, and you had to vote no? Well, today you have to vote yes. Oh, my God. It's so... but yes means that you want control of your own destiny. You want control of your own family planning decisions. You want control over your own person. You want control over your own decision making that you do with your particular family. You don't want to give that to a government. And then you have issue 2 on the ballot in Ohio, which is to make marijuana recreationally acceptable. Yes, issue 2 is marijuana, recreational marijuana. Now, I will tell you that 75% of the people in Ohio support recreational marijuana, and 58% of Ohio support having control over your own reproductive lives. 58%, almost 60% of Ohio. So what do they do? What does the Republican Party do? They changed the verbiage on issue 1. It used to refer to the fetus, right? But I guess the Republicans decided no fetus can beat us, and they decided to change the word fetus to the unborn. And they're sort of implying, not that anybody's going to read it, I don't even know how many people will show up to vote. I hope every woman and every man who loves a woman in Ohio shows up. I really do. Same for Virginia, same for Kentucky. I hope everybody takes this opportunity to flex their voting muscle and do it just to, get the dust off it, because you're going to need it in less than a year for the big kahuna, for the giant one, okay? That's going to determine our future for probably ever in 2024. But so they're very busy changing the language in Ohio to get you to say, well, a fetus doesn't mean anything to me, but the unborn. So are you saying that at 9 months she can have it killed? No one does that. It's not a thing. Just please get that out of your mind, that women are murderers and that they have friends who are doctors who actually help them murder. I mean, that is just so bizarre. It really is so strange that is even a conversation that needs to be had in this country. But and then you have, I told you Virginia. And what else am I looking at? Ohio 1 and 2. Good. Fetus unborn. Told you that. Oh, Mississippi. Yeah, Mississippi, you've got Tater, who is very, very, very much hated in Mississippi. It's really hard to find a Republican governor in Mississippi that has a worse reputation than Tater. In fact, I don't even know if it can be done. Tater is despised. You know why? Because people know that Tater was part of a scheme to take federal dollars that are given to the state of Mississippi. Blue states pay for red states. You understand that, right? Okay. And so we've been doing this really long time. The feds help, the red states too, and they help them much more than they help blue states. And so you had a situation where federal welfare funds were being diverted from the people of Mississippi, and they were being diverted to, apparently, Brett Favre. I know I left out some details in the actual transfer of the funds, but that's basically it in a nutshell. And so Tater is very much despised. I think he is the second least popular governor in America, okay? And he is running against a Democrat who is a public service commissioner. He is the commissioner of public service in Mississippi. His name is Brandon Presley, and yes, it is that Presley. It is the famous Tupelo, Mississippi Presleys. He's a second cousin of Elvis. And so, like I said yesterday, we're going to find out if he's the second cousin of the fat old Elvis, or if he's the second cousin of, 1958 Elvis. We're gonna see. But on paper, it looks like when you look at it, this race shouldn't be close, but it is. It is. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Just so you know, Mississippi, there's no chance for you to actually get control over your reproductive lives if either of them win. They're both pro-life. He's a Democrat, the Presley is, but he's pro-life. However, he is for Medicaid expansion, keeping Medicaid expansion, and Tater is not. So, and then Pennsylvania, you got a Supreme Court seat you need to show up for. Yes, your Supreme Court is a majority Democrat, 4-2, but you have a choice between adding another one or 4-3. Don't have time to listen to the live show? Want to hear more on your schedule? Go to RandiRhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast.